Hey there, welcome to the latest episode of the Sexy Thyroid Solution. I'm your host, Angela Brown. So today I want to talk all about why your thyroid levels aren't staying regulated. But if you could do me a very big favor, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you could go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and then you'll hit that bell so you get notification every time I release a new video every single week. So let's go ahead and start talking about this. I get asked about this very often because it is so common where thyroid levels can fluctuate very drastically in a short amount of time. And so I wanted to go over a few things with you that could be a contributor to this. I myself have gone through this very often. I have my thyroid under pretty well under control now, so I don't get these fluctuations like I used to. But during the beginning, when I was really trying to work on my thyroid health, a lot of factors played a role that could fluctuate that. So first and foremost, age can always do that. So if someone's been struggling with thyroid stuff and they've been doing it for years and years and years, over time, as you age, things change. Everything starts changing in the body. So those thyroid levels might fluctuate a bit more when you start getting older and things like that. When you start getting into your 40s, even your 50s, those levels can fluctuate pretty drastically. And also keep in mind that hormones can do that too. So if there's a lot of hormone fluctuation, remember your sex hormones are very much connected to your thyroid. So you can get a lot of fluctuation when you are having different types of hormone issues, whether it's progesterone, estrogen related. You know, you might be entering menopause, you might be perimenopausal. Those can always cause a fluctuation in what your thyroid's doing. The other factor is stress. If you are under stress, stress is always one of the biggest factors when it comes to fluctuations in what your thyroid's doing. Stress is a big one, so keep that in mind as well. And then your medication is something to consider. So if you are on thyroid medication, always remember that when you get your thyroid medication, sometimes the formulations are not spot on. Sometimes the pharmacy changes where they're getting their medications from and the formulations. Sometimes the strength of them are just off just a tiny little bit. That can cause fluctuations in your own thyroid stuff because your body's been used to having a specific medication with that specific amount. And if you're changing medications, that can also do it. But definitely consider that the pharmacy is changing, you know, where they're getting it from or how they're formulating it. That will also kind of fluctuate what your thyroid's doing. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. It could be a medication thing. The other thing too, I work with a lot of clients who change doctors pretty often, and because of the change of doctors, the pharmacy changes or the dosage change and stuff like that. And during that time, all that change can cause a lot of fluctuation in what your thyroid is doing. Also keep in mind other medications. If you're taking other medications, we're not talking about thyroid medications, but other medications, they might have some type of interaction as well, especially when people are sick. It's wintertime here right now. So a lot of like flus going around and all these things are going around. People are getting sick. And so when you get sick, a lot of times that can also cause a fluctuation because your body can think it's a stressor. But if you are taking other medications for anything else, make sure that that does not interact with your thyroid medication, because that can also do it. And then keep in mind seasons. So like I mentioned, it's winter here. I know for me personally, when it's colder, the colder months, I feel like I always a little bit slower. I might have a little bit more fatigue. I might just be a little bit slower overall. And my thyroid kind of slows down a little bit more. In the summertime, it's much more speedier. So just keep that in mind that seasons can do that too. And then anything going on with the gut and liver. If you have a pretty big change with something going on in the gut, let's say you get food poisoning, or you start noticing you're having more issues with like digestion and things like that. Remember, your gut health, that's where a lot of thyroid hormone conversion happens. So keep that in mind. That will fluctuate. And then liver as well. If the liver's starting to get bogged down, that's kind of like, think about like medications coming in. If you're bogging it down with a ton of now new medications and stuff like that, it has to go through the liver. So the liver might be getting bogged down. If you're adding in extra toxins, when people start changing body care products and they're using body care products that have a ton of toxins in them, sometimes that will bog it down even more. And over time, that will cause the liver to back up. And remember, 60% of thyroid hormone conversion happens in the liver. So just keep them in mind. Those are kind of some of the big ones that I see when we start thinking about fluctuations. There's a lot of other things that could be going on in the body, but these are kind of the biggies that I see. So if you have questions with that, definitely reach out. Let me know. I'm happy to chat with you and maybe come up with some other ideas for you to kind of remedy this.